In today's video, we'll be looking at 5 AI virtual staging platforms, from the eye-wateringly expensive proposition to the reasonably priced ones. Now, what is virtual staging? Virtual staging is essentially where you can furnish an empty space virtually. So you don't have to buy actual furniture or actual sofas to put in a space. You just need a space, upload the space to a platform, and then that platform puts in the furniture that you want based on the information that you've provided. So the first one we'll look at is the homedesigns.ai. Now here you can see that starting with the before picture, and then it moves to the right, that's the after. That's essentially what happens with most of these virtual staging platforms. Now, the reason this is of great importance to any real estate professional is that as opposed to many years ago where you actually had to pay a furnishing shop or rent that furniture from a shop and take it physically to the property to fill in the empty space, now you can just do that virtually. You can have different sets of furnishings for exactly the same space. So your different demographics and different types of buyers could see the space displayed and decorated in different ways. So that's homedesigns.ai, and the price for this one is $497 per month, but you can have up to 10,000 API calls. Now the API calls become really important in other videos what I'm going to do, but essentially what the API call means is that a computer can essentially do the virtual staging for you behind the scenes and not you actually typing anything. So another one that's of interest is instantdeco.ai. It's similar to the other ones as well, and they claim to be able to get back to you within 30 seconds. Now, there are other virtual staging services that are not predominantly AI based, they're more CAD based. And yes, behind the scenes, you might have some type of AI, but what we're looking at is something that would give you results almost instantly, as we can see on here, 30 seconds. And then we've got Stager.ai. Let's see what this one can do. I'm just going to upload a random image from that I downloaded from Pexels and see how quickly this comes back. Okay, so that's uploading now. Right. Okay, whilst that's going, we can have a look at, all right, it's done. All right, so we now have the image on here. So this is the original, and it's taking 30 seconds to process. Let's see what it's done. Okay, so we have the option on this one to auto stage, and let's see what it comes back with. 20 seconds. Whilst that's running, we could just have a look at some other staging results. As you can see, it's just pretty much immediate. I mean, this is not how it works when you're doing it in practice. As you can see, it's taking a few seconds. But with the staging, you can also stage exteriors and external parts of the building and gardens. So this is what's happened with the space. If we look at the original is that, it's on the left-hand side. Then you've got the staged version on the right-hand side. So very straightforward, very simple. With this one, it's still in beta, so you can get a lot of things done free of charge before you have to upgrade. So that's one of the benefits on this one. That's why it's come out. So Stager app. This gepetoapp.com. This one's from France, based in France, and it's similar as well. They show these photos don't look too realistic. This one is much better. You got the original on the left and that on the right. This one here is virtual staging, and this was incubated in Harvard. We can start free of charge. So these ones I'm showing you where you can start free of charge, I think they're ideal for you to practice how you can get stuff staged manually, and then you can go into the API side of things. So the upload on this website worked pretty quickly. The other one was fairly slow. Then we select type of room, which is living room, and just standard, because the others I think we have to pay for. All right, maybe not. Okay, so modern, we'll post this photo. This will take a few seconds as well to come back. And then whilst that's running, I can I can tell you one of the other benefits of this one, and this is content for another video, is the API side of things and how we can get this done without actually physically coming in here to do it ourselves. So as you can see, it's generated 3 images and it staged them differently. And so whichever one you prefer, that's what you take and put into the marketing for this kind of property. Let's see if we change that to Scandinavian, what happens. Just going to create more. I'm just doing that right now. This has a watermark in there, so obviously you can't use it directly, but this is definitely interesting. So I think that brings us to the end of what I wanted us to cover. Now, in terms of pricing and the key things that you need to bear in mind when you're making these types of decisions, your budget, the prices, how quickly they can come back, whether there's API access on the platform. For us, API access is very important because that's how our AI will be able to talk to their AI to get images that we want done and get the brochures created automatically for us. And then the final thing is a price. So the first site we looked at, homedesigns.ai, $497 per month. It's quite a lot, but then again, it depends on how many API calls you're going to make. You've got Instant Deco, which comes to about $99 for 100 photos, so roughly $1 a photo if you go for the $99, but it starts with $4. Right down to the Stager.ai.com, which is still in beta, so essentially you can use that free of charge. And virtualstagingai.app, that's $32.50, and you get 2 months free. Then the final one's virtualstagingai.app, which seems to be the most popular of all of these platforms and seems to have quite good press. But they charge from $2.67 per photo. So depending on the service you're offering, your clients will probably benefit a lot from you providing them with those with these options. So let's have a look at the Scandinavian style before we go. This looks pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah. So, and this you can do without having to register or anything. You just go and play around with it. So virtualstagingai.app is my favorite. And the next in line is the Stager.ai.com. Now, there are hundreds of these services that exist. So I've just picked 5 randomly that are AI-based and will give you results within seconds. So until next time, thank you very much for watching and keep winning.